keys to success, how I built my own success, and how you can find yours for those of you who, what up, welcome in, much love. Sheep, we're taking them on a walk. Beautiful, beautiful view right here. Just got done with farmer's market, fed the sheep, or fed the chickens, watered the greenhouse. Gonna feed the pigs, work on some other stuff, but welcome in, much love. Trap here, for those of you who want to cross goals off a list, those of you who want to become the sort of person that you wanted to become, those of you who want higher levels of daily happiness, those of you who want, even if you want recognition or validation, whatever it is, you can define success in many ways, although for many people they overlap. And one key thing is subjective happiness, and there's also health, wealth, love, and other factors to consider. But as someone who at 29 has put a lot of goals on lists and crossed them off, I've got a really high level of happiness right now. I love my work. I love, it's Saturday and I'm doing all this extra. As someone who's, I've traveled the world. I wanted to speak in front of crowds for TEDx. I wanted to be a professional magic player. I wanted to publish books. I published 4 books. I wanted to move to Hawaii and become an organic farmer and work with animals and the nature in the most beautiful place I could. That, you don't have to copy me, obviously, but I'm just saying, as someone who, if you asked me at 22, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But now at 29, I'm like, I'm in a good place and I'm really optimistic about the future because I built a business and I have a side business and I feel really good about it. And I pay out 5-6 contractors every month and support other people. And I know that when it's time to have kids, I can do that because I don't have to worry about the money for that quite as much. So I'm looking into the future for that and thinking about family and so on. So I'm in a good spot and I want to share with you, those of you who would like to be in a good spot too. Now the first thing is things I didn't do well, that if you do this well, you can achieve success faster than me. The first one is I have definitely in my life, up until probably I was about 25, and when I had awakening, I was pretty stubborn, arrogant, and at times not receptive to feedback. So I made some costly mistakes. I did some things that set me quite a bit back and slowed my growth down. And if you're humble and if you're seek coaches and read a lot and are receptive and study and you are more open to different ideas, that's a good place for you to be. To an extent, I wasn't that. I have one thing that I contribute most to my success that is not just me. If you look at, and I'm going to quote Elon Musk, he says, if everyone works 40 hours a week and you work 60 hours a week, you accomplish in, what's the math on that? 8 months, would they accomplish in 12? Or whatever. Point is you work more. So the biggest factor for success is not the only factor, but the biggest factor for success, depending on how you define it, is to succeed, to become the best and to accomplish what you want to do, is you have to work for it, and you have to work a lot, and life is competitive. It's competitive with yourself in order to try to accomplish these things and become who you want to become, and it's also competitive with other people because there's other people who want those things too, and it's not zero sum, but there's not unlimited abundance for everyone. Everyone can't win at life, so you're competing with other people. And the absolute #1 key is to work harder than other people. And for me, that's if there's one thing that's been the thing. I think I got it from my parents. My dad's definitely sort of a workaholic, manic at times. I saw my mom side hustling on the weekends. And I work all the time. I identify, I have phrases that I say that are about identity and belief, and that's important. And you got to check what you believe about yourself. I believe I'm a workaholic. I enjoy working. I get satisfaction out of working Friday, Saturday night. I love my work. I enjoy my work. I work more than most people. I believe hard work is almost always repaid. And hard work is how to get ahead. And hard work is how you make a difference. to impact more people, and that life is short, and the biggest impact you make, the better. And more work means more success, and more work means getting an edge ahead of other people, putting in more work, especially when other people are partying or celebrating, is the way to get ahead. And again, like, if you enjoy your work, my work's pretty varied, and I always like it, and I've always liked it. But sometimes it's just for the sick satisfaction of Friday, Saturday night I'm working. I know other people aren't, and I know that it's gonna pay off for me, and get to be in a position now where it's like I'm in a better, a very strong sense of personal identity, which is important. I did brag off in this video a little bit, but that's for people who don't know me to understand and to help you copy. I don't brag off. I try not to brag off in real life. It's not important to me because I know how hard I work. I really don't think that's why I'm doing that, to make a difference, if anything. So you need to look at your personal beliefs about yourself when it comes to work. What do you believe? Do you believe you're a hard worker or a not hard worker? Do you believe you're persistent or not persistent? Do you believe that you put in more time than the average person or less time? Do you believe that work is a joy? Do you believe that you love work and you can love work? Because depending on your belief in these things, it's going to affect how much time you put in, and how much time you put in is going to create your success. Now, some people may define success as I want to just chill all the time and, not on vacation and whatever. Well, you're gonna have to put in the work to get to that point. I'll tell you that from experience, and having done that sort of a thing, it's not very fulfilling. I found more work to be the answer, more commitments, more obligation. Not so much so that it's a crushing weight, but from the joy of knowing that you're making a difference for society, and the world is better for you having been born, and that you're not here, you being here made a difference, and not. It's between you and you. It's also between you and God. Like, other people don't need to know everything that you're doing. But that's another part of success, I believe, is that sense of self and sense of God, and sense of where you don't have to, go for other people's validation as much. So a little bit about working extra. I mean, one thing is making it fun. I'm just talking about a few mindsets around this. One thing is it's fun. I was exposed to the 4-hour work week. I was exposed to, the sheep are exploring the far boundary over here. I don't want them to leave. I was experienced the 4-hour work week, which that was less to me about not working so much. It was more about is combining work and play. So that's been a key for me, is like, okay, I'm going to play games. I'm going to be a gamer. I'm going to play in tournaments. I'm going to have a YouTube channel. I'm going to monetize. I'm going to write content. I'm going to win cash money. I'm going to use it to coach people and help them accomplish their goals. And I'm going to get paid from it, right? So, okay, that's mixing work and play so that I can still play, right? Basketball, I wasn't sure exactly. Well, I wanted to play overseas. I wanted to get paid for playing. I wanted to play on a team abroad. I wanted to make an impact on the broader discussion of professional basketball. So I was just playing, and that's training, but I'm turning it into, okay, I'm going to YouTube, I'm going to release ebooks, I'm going to do podcasts, I'm going to talk to different influencers and try to make a difference. So I'm mixing work and play to make it more enjoyable. And that's definitely one of the keys to being able to work more and being able to enjoy it. Some people say if you mix work and play, then like you lose both. There's some bullshit around that. They haven't actually done that. I find it to be better, because when you're doing something you would do anyways and you're getting paid from it, is a pretty great feeling. And it's less selfish as well. It's not about getting paid, but it's like, why am I getting paid? Because I'm helping people accomplish their goals, right? So, why are you getting paid? It's for making an impact. It's not for stealing, right? So, that's an important mindset around work. And let's see if I had anything. Yeah, so you gotta find time to do the more work, like get in the routine of. And if you have to isolate yourself at times in order to do this, that's fine. you know, some of the best times: Friday night, Saturday morning, Sunday, after work, in between work. How can you just do more? And okay, one of the mindset that I think is important, that I've talked about love, I've talked about joy, I've talked about happiness. I think fear is something important, and that's definitely a contributor to me working harder. And it sounds like a contributor to a lot of some of the great people who are really prolific to work harder and achieve more. Tupac Shakur saw himself dying. In his final year, he starred in multiple movies, released multiple albums, released books of poems. Now Bruce Lee kind of saw himself going and made himself more prolific for that. If you have a fear of loss, a fear of God, a fear of losing everything that you have, everything that you worked for, it prevents you from resting too much and feeling too content, and forces you to, it's not like you're gonna be stressed out, but it's that little kick to just keep on going and keep your ties to community, keep your ties to obligations to society. So, you know, I heard stories of my grandfather, my dad's dad. He came to the USA and he helped found a software company, and in like the 1960s or something. And they made a bunch of money, and then he made bad investments and lost it all. You know, that's in my family, to lose everything too. And that's an important thing as well, because it's like, every emotion's for a reason. We're programmed to have emotions because they're useful. Why do we have a sense of believing in God? Why do we have a sense of fear of loss? Well, it was a function of, as Charlie Munger said, I spent my life thinking about things that could go wrong, and I'm happier for it, because as JFK said, you got to patch the roof when the sun is shining. You got to think about that shit, right? You got to think about what can go wrong. So a little bit of fear as well. You know, if I felt like, okay, I'm successful, I'm done, right, then that would have cost me, that would have prevented me. I wouldn't still be hustling and improving my position and the position of my family and my future family, right? But since I have this fear, and it's totally a reasonable fear, because one, you're going to lose everything, you're going to die, you can't take it with you, you can't take this with you, your body either, and you can die early, and you can lose it early for other reasons, right? And there's world wars, there's nukes out there, there's climate change, there's mass automation, human migration, civil unrest. There's plenty of reasons to be afraid. Recession, plenty of reasons to be like, my position, I like my position, I'm happy with my days, but I got a little bit of fear of losing it, let me keep on working. So, yeah, maybe a little manic today. Key to success is maybe a little bit of mania. Possibly. So, anyways, just wanted to share that because I want to make a difference and help you. Well, one, because of everything I've said, like desire for and love of working and being of service to others, and wanting to make a difference, and wanting, yeah, because I know you're a real person on the other side that has a real life and is trying to make things happen. So let me know what you think in the comments. Those of you who this really resonated with, I have a book called it's called I Wish I Had Told Me Sooner, Life Lessons for Young Men. There should be a link to that in the description. And you can also find that on Amazon if you search Travis Wu, or you search I Wish I Had Told Me Sooner. So check that out, and thank you, and to everyone who left a comment, I really appreciate that. So thanks, and talk to you soon. Peace.